Welcome to COVID Conversations. Today I'm talking to Jean, who has been involved in her community wherever she has lived throughout her whole life, and at the moment she is on the committee of the Logan Community Centre. She's talking to me about what it's like to be an older person in this time of pandemic and health risk, and some of the challenges and some of the things she's learnt.
Well, I suppose firstly it's scary, because most of us past a certain age have something wrong. So it means that you're not as fit as you should be to be able to fight this virus. And often that's what frightens people. You know, they might have heart trouble or whatever, and they're scared of that. And I don't blame them, because I've got problems myself. So it is hard. Isolation is one of the biggest things, I think, for people, being isolated. Because then you start to feel depressed. The fact that you know nobody's going to come and visit you, you do often have a sense, and I know by talking to my friends by phone and on Skype, that you think, oh, I should do that. I should really get up and clean that up, or you know, go through my cupboards, and then you think, why bother? Nobody's coming, nobody's going to see it. I feel that that's when depression starts to set in, when you sit there and think, oh no, I won't be bothered doing that. Or it's not won't be bothered, you can't be bothered. The Aged Care Navigator is a program run by Primary Health through COTA, which is COTA Queensland. And what it's for is so that people who are getting older are able to navigate their way through the aged care system, which can be quite complicated. So we, at the Logan Centre, were lucky enough to be given funding to actually run the part of the pilot program. So what we've been having is, we've been having groups of elderly people. We had one group that was 60 people. It started off as 20 and ended up as 60, because people were so interested to know what they needed to do. The Logan Community Centre also has Meals on Wheels at one end. They now have to leave the meal outside the door, I believe. The volunteers, and again they're volunteers that take the meals out, talk to people through the fly screen door, you know, I mean, rather than just dump the meal and walk away. And that is a really good thing for people who are getting Meals on Wheels, really good, because at least they have somebody once a day they can talk to. There's also things like, we here in Logan have a thing on the computer, my neighbourhood or your neighbourhood, and people put things on asking, you know, do you know a good gardener, or do you need any help with you? That sort of thing is happening now, and I believe there are a lot of people going around doing people's shopping for them, which I think is very good. So it's brought community a bit closer together than we've had it before. I've been through telehealth, not for myself, but with my husband when he was alive. It's very, very difficult. I think seeing a doctor face to face, it's much easier to be able to tell how you feel and what's happening for you. Like all old people, and I must admit I'm just as bad, you don't often tell everything that's going on for you, you know, because you're getting older, and a lot of older people are frightened that maybe somebody will put them in a home or whatever.
So if you had the opportunity to talk to a doctor to say, if we're doing telehealth, this is what I need, what would you say?
I'd say we would need a longer time. It's so quick. you feel as if you're rushed in and rushed out. And we found that we couldn't really tell the doctor, you know, different things that were wrong, because we knew there was a timeline, because we'd already been told, you know.
What are the consequences of the social isolation for you and your friends?
Some people tell me, and I suppose I should say the same thing myself, you missed having a hug, you know. I mean, there isn't anybody I don't know that we don't hug when we meet one another.
Thank you so much for your time, Jean, and thanks for sharing with me. And I'll give you a hug when all this is over.
Well, thank you. When it's all over, well, what was it they said to me? Somebody said to me, do that as a hug.
Yeah,
So,
that's nice.
yeah, so there's our hug.
It's been an absolute pleasure talking with you. And thank you. We'll see you next time.